So, today I'm doing something a little different. Normally I do boss tier rankings, and Death Stranding does have bosses, but to me the appeal has always been the characters, so we're doing a character tier ranking. Probably gonna go a lot faster than bosses, because there's not as many options, but I just love Death Stranding, so any excuse to talk about it. I plan on doing probably one more video, which will just be like a general thoughts about 2, but I want to do like some more endgame stuff, see if there's something I've missed. Starting with Lockne. Now, I almost combined them into one, because Death Stranding 1 spoilers, they kind of do combine into one. I mean, they actually do. And their whole theme is like, they see each other's thoughts, they feel each other's themes. But they're different characters. And there was a falling out with them. But as for Lockne versus Mama, I've always liked Mama more. And Lockne, now it has been a while since I've played Death Stranding 1. Lockne, out of all these people, is the one I remember the least. I think we need a tone setter. I'm not saying she's a F-written character, but I'm ranking based on how much I like just, I don't know, how much I vibe with them. How I feel about the character. And Lockne, I gotta give a F, I guess. That feels really harsh. It might be adjusted, but I'm sticking with an F for now. Mama. Now, this is a B or A. I love Mama. She's one of the standout characters from the first game. I actually, if this was just Death Stranding 1, I would probably have Mama above Heartman for sure, Deadman, and be more of a competition. But Mama's a high B, possible A. Yeah, we're going to go high B. I really got close, but I think it'll even out by the end of this. And Cliff. Now, in Death Stranding 1, there's like 3 antagonists. I wouldn't really call all of them just villains, especially Cliff. But Cliff is the mysterious stranger. You don't really know what's going on. He's kind of like the biggest mystery of 1 for a while. There's a lot of big mysteries. But with 2, you already know the world a lot more. So a character like Neil isn't as mysterious, especially Kojima's trailers really gave too much away in 2. Whereas in 1, you just didn't know what the hell was happening, so it was a lot more mystery. And the way it unraveled in 1 was so good that they fucking just repeated in 2. But Cliff's storyline was fire in 1. Great performance from Mads Mikkelsen. You know, he's your daddy. I gotta go A. Now, Death Stranding 2 makes Amelie a bit more sympathetic, but like, based off the shit and the BB farming, if you will, that undergoes in this, Bridget is pretty fucked up. And the whole extinction anything, she's a well-written character. Amelie should be an A, but just in 2, she's not really around. It's no lines, you know, she's just kind of a face. I feel like she would have been used more in 2 if there, I don't know if there's like disputes or like she just wasn't available or whatever it was. I wanted more from her. So if it was just 1, I'll probably go A. But in 2, I was feeling like we needed a little bit more of Amelie. So I'm going to go B. 1 Higgs, kind of just a puppet. He has some interesting stuff going on. And his mind deteriorating and becoming obsessed with extinctions is cool. So I'm going to go F. But I just found him a bit more cringe than, like, intimidating. And especially, like, he is Amelie's the true villain in this story. Higgs is, like, Amelie's puppet for a lot of it. So, I just didn't really, I don't think the performance was, like, bad. I just didn't really, like, ever, I wasn't dying for a Higgs scene as a villain like I was in 2. So, we're just going to jump straight into 2. Because I want to glaze Higgs. Higgs in Death Stranding 2 is so fucking entertaining. He is so good at every single scene. He does the guitar scene where he's torturing Sam, and I'm like, this is like the moment of Death Stranding 2. This is gonna be the scene I look back for. And then when you get to that monologue when he's on the server, I don't know how long it goes for. It goes on for like 5-6 minutes of Higgs just like spilling, giving you complete, like, the one thing I was missing in 2 for Higgs was like, I need to understand why Higgs is such a fucking demented psycho. And when he's giving that monologue and he's saying, I've been walking 10,000 years on the beach. And he's got that rage for Amelie because Amelie picked Sam instead of him. Like, I got it then. After that monologue. That was the one thing I was needing. So, this is such a jump up. I love Higgs as a villain in 2. Like, so much. And I thought I would. I love the direction I've seen in the trailers. But he's like an all-timer for me. He's S. Die-Hardman. Kind of can get harmed by the fact that, Kojima will explain things a lot. So Die-Hardman's one of those characters that will explain things a lot in 1. And in 2, I guess you look at him as Charlie. So he also does that a little. It's not as bad. But Die-Hardman's a cool character. He definitely has one of the best scenes in the game, in both games, when he's talking about his relationship with Cliff and spilling his soul to Sam. I just loved him. I loved his introduction in 2 with his little dance routine. I think I need to start holding the line for what makes an A. I really do like Die-Hardman. I don't think he's an A for me. He's probably right there, in between Amelie and Mama. Lucy's relationship with Sam is interesting, and she's not a bad written character. There's just not a ton of her. So, someone's got to be an F, a D. Lucy, I'm feeling a D. I think a C is a little too high. And I'm going to bump Neil to C. That's why I put Lucy in D, because I like Neil more than Lucy. And I think Neil's a C. Now, he's got a good story to him. My issue with Neil is the way the story is conveyed was, one, I got it a bit ruined by trailers. Once I learned the therapist was Lucy and the dialogue, it was very clear the direction it was going. Although I did not see Neil not being the father happening. Him being the one that, protect Lou on the beach side of things is cool. So, Neil's a good character. But he's just not there a ton. And it plays out how Cliff's played out too much. It was too similar to Cliff's. Not that I had a problem with, the fights and the moments we were doing, but every time you plug in a pod and you get some vague theme that I already kind of felt like I knew where it was going, it didn't really do much for me. Neil's a great character. He just wasn't in as much, and it wasn't as impactful to me as Cliff's was in 1. So, now this is Sam's OG steppa. He really puts his life on the line for Sam. He dies for Sam. He comes back for Sam. He hides for Sam. Well, he hides Sam for Sam. That man's just a G. He helps you a lot. I was sad when he died, and I was happy when he didn't. And he's combined with Heartman now. I don't really see it as combined. It's not like a Mama Lockne situation. This game, he put himself above Mama. We're going through a lot of... Let's actually get all the mans out of the way. Sorry, Lou, you're getting bumped down. Dollman. Now, my only issues with Dollman are not his character. It's that I wanted to hear more of him. He's like that Mimir character, or that Uncharted character, when you're walking around and Elena is telling you a story. He's the character that is your companion during the fucking journey. And I found him not speaking enough. He would kind of explain too much, and he wouldn't I wouldn't learn about the character. I would just go to a camp and I'd be about to snipe someone, and he's like, "Hey Sam, you don't have a suppressor," and then I shoot him because I don't care, Dollman. I think there should have been literally a button where Sam can ask, "Hey Dollman, tell me a story." And then Dollman just tells you a story while you're on a journey. I get not wanting to interrupt the experience of traveling these mountains in a very solitary way, or having to be silent then a song hits. But if it's relegated to a button where you can ask him at certain moments, it would have done a lot of help for me to get to know Dollman on just a small story level. Because he was a medium. He probably has so many cool stories to tell. For what his role is supposed to be as a companion character, I was itching for more. But I still really liked him. I have to go top of B. Now, I've never been a huge Heartman fan. I've always liked him, but he's never been my favorite. I've liked Deadman and Mama more. In this game, I kind of feel the same way. I like him. The spamming likes is goofy, or when Higgs shows up and he drops a dislike, that's also kind of goofy. But he wasn't really in it a ton. Or his role didn't feel super substantial to me. I'm looking at these other characters. You know, if Dollman's in B tier, if Die-Hardman's in B tier, if Mama's in B tier, I can't put Heartman in there. For me, there's a tier difference. I think C tier. Tarman's cool, but I think he's got to fall in D tier for me. Cool cat. I liked him. He just wasn't really around a ton. I gotta go D. Now, my love for Lou is S tier, but if we're just talking characters, I gotta go B tier. I mean, let's be real. It's just a fucking BB in a pod, okay? I'm not gonna put Lou above some of the... You know what? I gotta go C tier. Damn, now I feel like a hater. I gotta go there for Lou. Lou has good moments, though, in Death Stranding 1. I don't want to get that twisted. I'd like to see a Tomorrow Rainy 1v1. Some of them piss me off, by the way. I'm out here doing all these damn deliveries. Tomorrow's sitting in the fucking machine when Tomorrow is damn well stronger than me. Like, Tomorrow, get your arse. I just turned British. Get out of the VR machine and help me shoot these people. Just go around on your tar shit. But yeah, anyways, I got distracted. Rainy's cool. That reveal, you know, she gave birth. Sick. Happy for Rainy. You don't really get much personal moments after the first fire she puts out. She has some cool moments, and she's obviously bonding with Tomorrow. But there's not an A level there. I still fuck with Deadman and Die-Hardman 1. They do have a bit of advantage being in both games. But, yeah, that's how I'm feeling about Rainy. Now, Tomorrow. Now, I do not hate Tomorrow when I'm about to put... Let's start with where I'm putting Tomorrow. Boom. I do not hate Tomorrow. I'm just saying, as a character... You know what? Actually, no. I'm going to go higher. Tomorrow's right there. You don't get too much explanation from Tomorrow for a long time, and Tomorrow behaves really weird. But she was raised on the beach through some, like, time... I'm not sure exactly how it works, but she aged dramatically on the beach. That's for sure. Because time works differently there. And she's like growing at an insane rate when she's on the ship with you. But there's not a ton of like scenes where Tomorrow's speaking and you're really connecting with the character. Besides, one of my favorite scenes of the game is after Tomorrow saves Sam, they have a fucking conversation, and Tomorrow's kind of saying, you know, she doesn't even know she had a family on the beach. Sam opens up to her. That was a great conversation. It looks even better when you realize Tomorrow is Lou. I mean, for the most part, Tomorrow just shows up to be the fucking Mike Tyson of the group. Higgs is having some monologue. Tomorrow's like, oh, you think you're shit? Let me just beat your ass real quick. Of course, if there's a whole other game, I don't know what the ending of Death Stranding 2 is going to mean for the future. I would not be mad to play as Tomorrow at all. I'm just speaking for this experience. I don't think you grow a ton to, like, love Tomorrow. I had more of a connection with newer characters like Dollman or Rainy. They just spoke more to me. Literally. Fragile's a S tier. Fragile's probably my favorite character in the first game. Still my favorite character in the franchise after the second game. Great game for Fragile. Lot of good moments. And heartbreaking when you realize Fragile's pretty much dead from the jump. Which, from the trailers, I was like, I mean, they're not going to kill Fragile at the start. But this shit looks very like she's fucked. And she was fucked. She was great in the first game. I think people... Fragile would say probably the corniest lines in the first game, and that's not really as present in this one. But Fragile kind of just has like a very nice, cheesy vibe to her. So for me, it's never bothered me. And seeing her in this captain role, that was really fun. And now when you look back on that she's on the clock the whole time, damn, it's a lot harder. So, yeah. Fragile... to me, just always embodies, like, the hope of the world. She's just a good-hearted, nice person that has cared for Sam so much. Damn. When she pulls up carrying Lou with Amelie, fuck! Sam is not, like, a silent protagonist, but he's not a talker. And I've always... I like my characters to talk as protagonists, but with Sam, it fits his character and the trauma and all the shit he's went to kind of be a recluse, shelled off character. And in this game, he's more open. I wouldn't even say more talkative, but he's like, he'll hug people more. He'll show more like physical embracing and passion with people. So I've always liked his journey. This one, it's another S tier. He's S tier for me. He actually probably would be A tier if I was just doing one. But this whole journey you go on with him, and oh my goodness, it feels like everyone's always in the loop but Sam. Sam, your BB was never in the pod. Everyone knew but you. Like, damn, dude. Somebody clue this guy into something. As for any adjustments, you know what? I'm going to move Dollman up. Because I really did like him. Even if I feel like there was room for him to grow, he was a great character. And he really, him and Fragile, the scenes and the care they showed Sam despite like lying to him and just breaking his brain several times. I really did care for these characters. And they were doing it so he could move on to grow. Okay.